right, I am back. And what were we doing? We're trying to make Suzanne attack her target, I think is the summation, right? So we have some code here where we have a thing to identify, oh, the group is called targets. Um, hmm. Yeah, it'd be interesting. I wonder how this is going to work if we have essentially two types of things the enemy's going to attack, right? One is like the thing they want to get to, and the other are things that maybe that they can attack if they're in the way, essentially obstacles, right? I think we may have to go back and try the avoidance stuff later that I turned off, because it seems like when you as a player are playing this game and you're placing towers or whatever things, that the enemy should avoid those things, right? I don't know. It's not like I have, oh, here's the exact game design, here's what we're going to do. We're just like learning about different aspects of Godot, trying things out, and hopefully, I think at this point I do want to spend a little time trying to make something fun out of it. So let's see what we can do. So, right, we have our target. It has hit points. It is in a group. We have our enemy. It has a movement speed. It has a target desired distance. Right, so this is like how far, like it's standoff distance, right? Damage amount, target group. Okay, so what happens? So we have attack target, and this basically is what can we do with where we are, right? So do we not have a target? Try to get a target. Is the target still in the target group? I don't know that I need this, right? Because it's always going to choose a target that's in the target group. I guess if we delete the target, let's try something out here, right? So let's actually just put some prints so that we can see what's going on, right? And then in choose target, if there are no targets available, we also want to print something. This is going to help us like identify what's going on, because I think what should happen is Suzanne is going to walk over to the target. There's not going to be any kind of visual indication of what's going on, but what should happen is that it should start attacking the tower, and then the tower, after taking 10 hits, will disappear, and well, one, that should happen really rapidly, and nothing is happening. So I suspect we've done something wrong. Are there errors here? Node, origin, and target are in the same location. Okay, that's fine. Can we? Oh, right. So we're not calling attack target is the thing. Right. So we want to do something like attack target, right? And so this will happen every physics frame, right? Is that too frequent? I don't know. Um, should... Ooh. Let's see here. So let's not... What am I thinking? Well, so one thing we could do is we could just regulate the number of times we call attack target. The other thing we can do is that we can normalize the damage amount based on delta, right? So maybe I just take delta here and I pass it to here. And then we say damage amount is relative to delta. We can have that. What do we think? Okay, so now it should actually do something, because of course without calling the function in the physics frames, nothing's happening. And maybe we'll see some output once it reaches the location. Nope. Why not? Okay, so we call attack target. We don't print here. We don't print here. Right. So here's the thing, right? So we're target desired distance is 4. So we're 4 away, which means that we are distance to target. Let's add a print. It may be a situation where maybe we need 2 values, or we need to have some kind of like threshold. Why am I not seeing any output? Oh, there it is. It's filtered. Attack for 0.16 damage. Okay, cool. So stuff is happening. Let's get rid of this line. We'll add a space here and here to make it easier to see what's going on. Let's go to the target. Let's move this print to here. Okay. Print. There you go. Took 0 damage, remaining hit points 100. Okay, so take damage, you're supposed to receive an amount. Take damage. Oh, right, because this is an int. Yeah. Do we just make this a float? And then we make this a float? Yeah, And then okay, that instantly works. All right, let's try that again. So what I'm expecting is that it will take a little bit of time. Now I think the other way of trying to solve the problem, right? So the problem is that we're doing something every frame, and we are attacking. We are essentially like spreading out the damage to be at like every physics frame. The other way of doing it is to be like just to do finite amounts. Well, they're all finite amounts, but doing individual attacks that are hitting the target and doing 10 damage at once, and just like having let's do this. So in the enemy, do I want this behavior to be in the enemy or in the target? Probably in the enemy. I think this will make sense, of having a timer. It's the attack timer, right? So we'll add a child node, it'll be timer. We'll call this the attack timer. If only I could type. Okay. And so in our enemy script, instead of doing this, we are going to take this and we are going to, let's see, we need a handle for the timer, right? So on ready, bar attack. Ah, there we go. Timer. And then what we want to do is we want to say attack timer dot start. Yeah, we don't need delta anymore. We're gonna get rid of that idea of using that. Yep. Oh, nope. Okay. And then create a function called perform attack or on attack timer timeout. It does this if current target, just to be safe. We do that, which is going to make the target take damage. Just call it hit. Hit. There we go. That feels better. And then what we're going to do is that for the timer, what is wait time? Time required for the timer to end in seconds. This property can also be set every time start is called. So if we want to have, well, I think there's a couple of options. I think one thing that would be cool to do would be, so we have damage amount. Let's add another property, another export called damage cooldown. And then when we start the timer, we pass damage cooldown. And that'll be how long the timer waits before the thing happens. Will this work? Starts the timer or resets the timer if it was already started. Fails if the timer is not inside the tree. If param time sec is greater than 0, this value is used to the wait time. This method does not resume a paused timer. Okay, so I think an issue here is that if we call this every frame, then the timer will never be able to reset the timer, right? Every time that is called. What is one shot? If true, the timer will stop after reaching the end, otherwise by default the timer will automatically restart. It should be one shot. Auto start. Okay, so we'll add a condition here. Attacking, which is a boolean. And so what we will do is when we attack the target, we say attacking true, and then in our callback, attacking is false. We'll do that after we do that. So that will prevent us from calling start on the timer while the timer is running. We won't set attacking back to false until after the timer has elapsed. And that means that we will attack at most once, in this case, a second. So we'll do 10 DPS, effectively. movement speed. Okay, so it should take 10 seconds to destroy the target. Once it gets within the range of its attack, it'll take 10 seconds to destroy the target, theoretically. Eight, 9, 10. Maybe I should have some more printing for what's going on there, because it doesn't seem to work. Oh no. Alright, so print. Target is in range, attacking, and then damage cooldown, or not damage cooldown, in the, oh, right. Okay, cool. I didn't hook up the timeouts to the timer, which is a problem for it working. So to do that, we want to go to signals. We have timeout here, and we will pick on attack timer timeout, connect. Great. And then let's restart the game. So we'll see a message in the output that will say, "Hey, you're in range. We're attacking," and that will repeat. Oh. Silly bots. Goodbye. Target is in range, attacking. So 10 times, and then that's right. So this is happening every frame, which we probably don't want. So after 10 seconds, it should I don't see timed out. Interesting. But target is in range, attacking. Oh right. If not attacking, right, is the other part of this, right? So that we only do this part if we're not attacking, right? That's kind of closes the loop of that logic, right? So if we go back here and restart, we'll give it another shot. We'll see if this works. And then I think at this point, maybe I should spend some time working on camera control stuff, because this is not like how I want the game to work. There we go. I want to have more of a isometric, so like kind of at an angle view, and we can move the camera around, zoom in, zoom out, right? Okay, so that works. We go back to here. There we go. All right. So, success. It can seek and destroy a target. We could definitely have something where it like fire some kind of missile or attack or something to visually represent that. But, you know, that is the a necessary thing, but not a thing that I'm going to focus on right now. So for the camera, where is the camera? It's up here. So what does it mean to be, let's see, preview camera? There we go. Okay, so I want some rotation, like so. We'll do something like that, and then we need to lower ourselves. In a past project, we used Phantom Camera 3D or 2D, but Phantom Camera, regardless. Let's see. So we need to move. We can go look at that add-on and see if there's anything relevant there. Did I have a link or do I already have it open? And there it is. So Phantom Camera 3D, what kind of features do you have? I think the main feature for Phantom Camera is that it does different follow modes and look at modes. And being able to like switch between cameras and do stuff like that. I don't know that it has anything that's going to be specifically for what I'm trying to do of like we don't necessarily want to follow a character in this game. Maybe let's look up some stuff here. So Godot 3D isometric camera tutorial, isometric camera in 3D. It's a YouTube video. It's a YouTube video. Let's take a look. Yeah, projection would be good. Okay. I'm too impatient. Here we go. Here's you could do a forum post. Camera move left, camera move right, camera move forward, camera move backwards. Transform basis X. What is transform basis? Basis, a 3x3 matrix representing 3D node and 3D rotation and scale. Composed. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, this Age of Empires 2 camera feels exactly like what I want to do from my recollection from a long ago. I could be recollecting incorrectly. So this is interesting. If state free camera, no. Okay, so I think there's two aspects of what I want to do here, right? So one is where the camera is pointed. So like just the angle, right? The perspective as well, right? Well, not the perspective, but the orthogonal. Let's see, which means I need to adjust things. I mean, let's give her a preview so I can see what's going on. Where is the camera pointed? Okay, so if I lower... there we go. Okay, where did that put me? Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to negative 15. And then change the height. Where did the camera go? Oh, back there. Okay, cool. Oh, right. So for orthogonal, the size of the camera has to be larger. There we go. Right. So zooming in and zooming out is changing the size of the camera. And then movement is interesting because I think instead of moving like these values need to be changed some way, somehow. I'll figure that out in a minute. What is an environment? I don't. Something to do with how things are rendered, clearly. All right, so this to work. Are we? Let's attach a script to main. Okay, and let's see, on ready var camera. Yep. And then, well, we don't want to follow the player. We want to have, let's see, func process. What do I want here? There is input dot, or no, capital I input dot, is it get vector? Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna do that. Oops. We're gonna do that. We're gonna move. Oh wait, are there defaults? So there's UI stuff. So these are like pre-bound input operations. But I'm not seeing something that I would actually want to use here. So we'll do camera. Left, right, up, down? No. So how's this going to work? So, I mean, yeah, I guess left, right, up, and down works, although it's not going to be quite literal. Right, can't do that. The camera, I'm going to see if I can get Copilot to just write what I want for me. Is an orthographic camera in a, what's the word that I used before? Isometric metric view. What would this do? This takes our X and Y based on the inputs. It multiplies it by 5 times delta. Why 5? Just as like a factor, and then delta because we want to adjust the input based on how many, how much time has passed. To make the input relative to the elapsed time. And then it takes that vector of where it put the camera's position. It gives us a normalized vector. So this is like a vector of length 1. And then it makes that position, from instead of 0 to 1, 0 to 10. Can we, is there a basis? Not a thing. What was the thing that I saw? An example of where they were talking of like, oh, camera translate, transform basis, camera. Camera move speed delta. I might just try this. This looks promising. To my to my eyes. So let's, oops, go away. What key did I, oh, I hit the, no. What key did I press that opened system monitor? I don't even know. Let's just try this and borrow this code and see if this works. Boop, boop, boop. Control H, replace tabs with spaces. And we want to define a camera move speed. And what do we think? Will this work? What will it do? Oh, we're moving already, and lots of things are happening. Oh yeah, we haven't defined the input map. That is a thing. The fact that it's just, oh right, of course it's moving on its own because Suzanne has its own AI. It's off to do its thing. So we're going to go to project. We want to go to input map and we're going to create some actions. We're going to make camera move left. So that. Okay, and then right, and then up and down. And what are the other ones? There were two other things. Camera rotate left and right. Camera rotate left. Camera rotate right. Okay. And then we're gonna just bind this to my equivalent of WASD. You know, wars. Rotate left is Q. Rotate right is F. Okay. So when we start, I don't see anything happening. Let's look at camera. All right, we need to look at remote camera. Can we go back to the game? There we go. All right, so the position is changing. Rotation doesn't seem to change when I hit Q and F. So the position is changing. We haven't implemented any kind of zoom yet, right? That would be changing size. Okay, so now we have a little bit a different perspective. There we go. Okay, so we can move up and down at least, or some definition of up and down. Kind of weird, right? So this is the target, right? Why didn't Suzanne go on? Okay. S and A also do things, but not what we want. Okay. So what does this actually do? Right? So camera translate changes the node's position by the given offset vector 3. Transform basis. Basis of this transform is composed of 3 axes. Together they represent the transforms, rotation, scale, and shear. Huh. Rotation degrees x or y. Doesn't seem to change anything. Actually. Weird. Let's see. Let's go back to game. And remote camera. There we go. Okay, it did get there this time. What So the reason this cut off down here is presumably because of a setting. Is it near? No. Far? Huh. Why is this cut off like this? I guess like if we were to look at the actual scene where the camera is, well, let's just stop. So what was the size? 60 meters? So presumably in here, if I set the size to be 60 meters, then yeah, it intersects the plane. Right there. And that's why it's cut off. Because it's actually going through the camera. So yeah. How do I want to make this work? How can I make this work? Math? Essentially what I want to do is I want to have the camera so if I'm in this perspective and I want to go right, I need to essentially move the X and Z and amount. Right. Transforms, rotation, scale, and shear. Why would we... Just focus on one of these for a second. What is this supposed to do? If we're moving to the left, I mean, it's not basis.x, is it? Because so here's a question. Why does it this would be simpler if I were to choose to make let's see, not that. This one be at like this, right? If I were just to do this. Z0. Why don't I see? Okay, I'm not high enough. Let's do like 50. Click 50. Yeah, because then moving forwards and back is just changing X. I mean, it's 3D anyway, right? I don't have to actually angle the camera in the way that I was doing. Let's see. So if I drop the size, that zooms in. Start at like 20. Maybe I'll drop the height then. It's maybe like 40. So then if I want to move up, forward and back, let's say up and down, that's X, and then left and right is Z, right? So then this becomes, this is X. We'll have to probably change the signs, but there we go. All right, like that. So negative Z. I don't know. Let's see what this does. I suspect that this might even be simpler. It doesn't help that stuff is moving around. Hold on. Let's go remote. Click the camera. Change the size to be bigger. All right. So now if I go up and down, nothing seems to happen. Oh, there we go. Okay. Left and right don't seem to do anything. Oh, it's changing. Okay, yeah, we don't want that. Using bases like this is going to change things. I think with the way I've done this, I can now do things the way I was originally going to do, which is to say our input vector input dot get vector. Sure, except it's up and down. Move up. Move down. Okay. Okay, and if there's an input, then we say move direction. We normalize that vector, which does get vector give us a unit vector anyway? Length limited to 1 has a circular dead zone. Okay, so we shouldn't need to normalize. And it's like X and Z. Okay, so, but this should be like, X is actually the Y. I mean, if I'm going to do that, then I can just change around where the order of these strings, right? So that up and down become X. That's not what I want, is it? It is. It is. Up and down is X because I've rotated the camera. I could have had the camera rotated the other way, but whatever. It's what I've done. So X is that, and Y is this. I don't suppose. This is fine. And then we transform it into a vector 3, where we get rid of the Y and make Y Z. That's what we want, right? Z is left and right. Left and right is negative to positive, yes. Okay, negative X is down. Okay, so we want this to be first. So down is negative. Positive is up. And then we just say move direction times camera. Move speed times delta is what we add to global position. And then maybe this works. We can chase Suzanne here. It seems like our movement speed is about the same as the enemy, so that's no good. We want to be local, right? Camera move speed can be like 25. And go back to the game. There we go. Much more responsive. We want to be able to zoom in and zoom out, so we'll do that next. Can we rotate? No. Okay, so remote camera. We're not changing the rotation, so that was the wrong property. Helper property to access rotation in degrees instead of radians. But that's not what we want to do. We want to do. Is there a self? I guess there is. So if we rotate left, what does that actually look like? So we want to rotate not that way. 45. This way? Y? That is remote, right? We're not changing the actual. Good. Okay, so Y. Rotate Y. Just needs an angle. In radians. Negative pi over 4. Wait. Pi over 2? 2 pi is one whole rotation, so half a pi is a quarter of a rotation. Math is not declared. Do we just have pi? Yes. Yay, we have pi. All right. Why not? Cool. Let's zoom in and zoom out. So let's stop this. We are going to add some project settings. We're going to add a new action. Camera zoom. Can we do this? I have no idea. Mouse buttons, mouse wheel up. Okay. We're going to change this to zoom out. There we go. Camera zoom in. Mouse buttons, wheel down. Seems backwards, right? Zoom out should be down, and zoom in should be up. Okay. our zoom vector. They call it zoom in, zoom out. I think I did. Get axis. What is the difference between get axis and get joy axis? Device in int. Okay, so it is get axis. Yep. And then if zoom vector not equal to, it's not a vector though. We will rename. And this will be like zoom amount. Zoom amount. It's not FOV though. It is size. Oh wow, where does the time go? All right, so let's try one last thing. Can I? Nothing's happening. Let's see, remote, main, camera. Is that changing the size? It is size, right? It's not. It does nothing. That's too bad. Zoom amount, get access. Maybe I didn't actually call the things that I typed in. Camera zoom out, camera zoom in. Camera zoom out, zoom in. Positive action, negative action. Camera zoom speed is probably what I want here. I want a separate value because we're going to need a bigger amount. And then zoom in makes the size smaller. So negative action first. Good. All right. We're going to try one more thing, and I think we'll probably just wrap the stream here shortly. It's not working. It's not doing anything. Camera size. The camera size in meters measured as the diameter of the width or height depending on cube aspect, only applicable in orthogonal and frustum modes. Okay. Let's see. If we go remote and we look at main and we look at camera zoom speed and we blow this up. Where did the mouse go? I lost the mouse. That doesn't seem to be doing anything. What if I do like 1,000? Nothing. It's not changing the size. Maybe I am doing something wrong with this input. Oh, meals. So I don't think this is what I want. Mouse buttons is not what I want, right? Like this is not down and up as in like moving the wheel. It's like clicking down on the mouse wheel. Okay, so a thing to figure out, two things before we, ads. Okay. I'm gonna finish my thought, and then we're going to, let's see. I think we'll shoot. Should have, it doesn't look like bad start. I'm gonna just wrap up here. Thanks, say thanks everyone for coming out to the stream today. And we did it. All right. Next stream is whenever the next stream is. See what I can do. But until next time, take care. Bye-bye for now.